a Gary Cormier mark. And if he doesn't mark in this box, it could really tighten up.
At stake today, a $1,000 top prize and a spot in the Tournament of Champions.
First ball crossed over to the Brooklyn side, but left himself a tough shot. 6, 7, and 9.
And the wood is really no help here.
Well, I'm not sure. You might spray it off the wall. No, he tried to slide it over. Mike's a little frustrated. Probably still thinking about that 10-pin spare he missed the last box.
Well, I'm sure he's forgotten it by now, but just that nagging feeling of having missed a makeable spare, and then the 7-pin fill that he would have had here. So a total of 7 pins lost.
He'll take a 9 box here.
So anything better than 5 for Cormier. Well, actually, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
The 10's already figured in.
It's a 6 in the spare.
The 1, 2, 4, and the 6.
He's got it. Now the pressure could shift over to Mike Morgan. Morgan had an 8-pin lead, box to box. Now the mark. He threw that one away, but he got a break. It's going to be 7 in the spare.
Well, he gets terrific action. It's the first time that we've seen this, first series, second week in a row, Gary Cormier, and he throws quite a ball.
And another mark. That's $50 in bonus money for Gary Cormier, $100 in the match. And now he puts the pressure on Mike Morgan, who needs to mark at least once in these 2 boxes to stay even. Threw it away. Be a half Worcester on the left side. Not going to be a spare. He'll be open in the 7th. 9 box for Mike Morgan. This match is even, virtually even right now going into this box, depending on what Mike Morgan does in the 8th frame. Up against a spare. A spare would leave us dead even. Now this is going to be a tough shot, but makeable.
He'd like that wood to get away.
It's moving away a little bit.
He'd like a clear shot on either side. He'll probably shoot on the inside between the 2 and the 4 in hopes of matching the 8th frame spare from Gary Cormier.
He missed it. He missed the head pin. So Gary Cormier will have the lead.
Well, he's in a driver's seat at this point.
Well, he'll have the lead by whatever he puts in this spare. Whatever he puts in the mark is his lead, with 2 boxes remaining. And it is a 7-pin lead for Gary Cormier, with 2 boxes remaining.
Got a bunch of pins that might spray over to the other side. 6 and the 10.
And he got it. Great spare for Cormier in the 9th frame. Big clutch spare for Cormier.
Waste no time getting up on lane
sure
33. Another split.
The 5 and the 10.
And he'll get no help from the wood this time, unlike last time around. Morgan needs to mark out.
He's going to miss the spare.
And he's going to be over 400. And possibly the top seed in the Tournament of Champions.
That'll be a 9 box, a 140 3rd string for Gary Cormier. 34 pins, so he needs a couple of marks.
Last week 409, this week 408. He's in a slide. Morgan needs 35 pins to win. Next week we start the 6th and final ladder series, so we can fill in our 6th and final Tournament of Champion seed. And in about 2 minutes, we're going to know who the 5th one is. And whoever it is, it will be the top seed. so far.
Mike Morgan needs to double mark. Right through the middle. Will it come back and take it? No. Well, I think he'd play the 3 on the right and try to slide that wood over.
I think so. Yep. You go on the inside between the 3 and the 6.
That's what he's trying to do. He's got it. What a great spare from Mike Morgan. Now he needs a big count and another mark.
All that experience certainly comes into play, but he does need a good fill and another mark, or he cannot win this match. He'll want to have an 8 or a 9 to give himself a little bit of a cushion and a makeable spare.
A strike would take a lot of pressure off Mike Morgan.
It certainly would.
Right in the pocket. There it is. It's a 5-pin.
Well, this is it.
The wood is problematic right now.
If he misses it, best he can have is 403. Makes it, he can win.
Got it.
Well, it's not over yet. If he throws a spread eagle, he loses.
He needs 5 pins to tie, 6 pins to win. 5 to tie, 6 to win for Mike Morgan.
And all Gary Cormier can do is sit and watch.
A 408, and he may not win.
Somebody with 400 is going to go home in second place today, and that's a shame.
Mike Morgan wins. Mike Morgan puts a 7 in the spare, and he wins the match 410 to 408. What a finish. The veteran Mike Morgan finishes with a fantastic flurry to advance to the Tournament of Champions. We'll talk to our bowlers when we come back to Leda Lanes on WNDS TV's Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Well, it doesn't get much better than this. What a terrific match we had this afternoon with Mike Morgan defeating Gary Cormier 410 to 408. Gary, you had a terrific run for your first time on television. Let me give you a check for $500. That's the runner-up check. We also had $125 in bonus money this afternoon. Between last week and this week, you made a couple of bucks, but you had a great experience.
Sure did. You leave Mike Morgan just a little bit of room, it's over.
Mike, he sure took advantage of it. What was your experience like? How'd you enjoy it?
This was fun. It was a lot of fun, and still one more ladder left. So you never know. Maybe I'll be back.
Well, we hope so. Gary, thanks very much. Congratulations to you. Thanks, Gary Cormier, our runner-up this afternoon. Now Mike Morgan will roll the ball, and we'll try to match him up with a winner at home. There he goes. He's still red hot. He's still red hot. Come on over here behind me. He threw a strike. Mary Beliveau of Maynard picked 7, not a match, a consolation prize from N&R Trophies in Winchendon, Massachusetts. Mike Morgan, our winner. Congratulations to you. We have a check for $1,000 to give to you, but I'm not going to give it to you. I already gave it to Tom.
That's well deserved.
Tom's holding.
It's been a long week. You know, Tommy got a big result back on his cancer test. That was positive. That was good. And you know, I feel bad for Gary. He bowled great, but you know, I made a big shot in the ninth, and you know, it just went from there.
What goes through your mind? You know you need a double mark coming into the last 2 boxes, and what's the thought process?
You know, I've been there before. You just, you know, you hope you got a spare leave. I ran the middle. Luckily, 2 pins fell forward. Gave me a tough shot, but I had a shot. So fortunate I put it there, then I put it in the pocket, and fortunate to make that.
I don't know if the difference in this match, which was 2 pins, was the difference of experience versus lack of, but it appeared to me midway through the game you were pressing, and then toward the end you really focused and you were shooting lasers at some of those spares.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, you start, you know, when you throw a big string like a 169, it's hard to follow. Then you start staring at it, then Gary got it rolling, and now you start squeezing it. You know, I don't care how many years you've been bowled, but yeah, the last 2, what did I have to lose? Go back to the old school, just no thinking, and hope you...
Like the Patriots with a minute and a half to go.
What a weekend.
Going all the way for the 3 points instead of playing for the tie, and that's the same kind of deal you did.
Yeah, I just feel bad that, you know, someone had to lose that match, but, you know, hey, now if Tommy wins a couple matches, we'll get together.
It could happen. You're a little bit higher seated. You're the top dog now at 410, you know. Your brother's down at number 4, so he's got his work cut out to get to you.
Well, he gets to me. He's making me money on the way.
And speaking of which, in addition to the $1,000 which Tom is holding on to right now, we had $75 in bonus money and $50 for having the high string in the match. So a pretty good payday for the Morgan brothers.
Great. Thank you very much.
Mike, congratulations to you.
Okay.
Mike Morgan, our winner here this afternoon A 410 to 408 winner over Gary Cormier. What a great match.
And I'll give you the Tournament of Champions seedings as of today, subject to change in the next 4 weeks. Number 1, the man you just saw, Mike Morgan. Number 2 is Joey Stella. Number 3 is Jeff Bagia, who beat Mike Morgan not too long ago, but Mike is now back and has a chance to have some revenge against the guy who beat him. Tom Morgan, his brother, is number 4, and Gary Santora is the number 5 seed.
And for Gary Cormier, he threw a 409 last week and a 408 this week, first time ever on television. Didn't look like he was nervous at all, did it?
It really didn't. I mean, the question I wanted to ask him, but he got away too soon, is where's he been hiding? I mean, this guy is great. He throws a wonderful ball. He's got terrific accuracy. He's got a soft touch for a guy that throws the ball as hard as he does with as much of a side-to-side spin as he does. So we will see Gary Cormier back, I'm sure. And if you go to candlepincorner.com, his cousin Kevin, I'm sure, will keep him very prominent on that.
And like he said, there's one more roll-off to go in this season. Maybe he'll be back for that one as well. So that'll do it for this week in this ladder series. Mike Morgan advances to the Tournament of Champions. For Mike Morin and our entire crew from WNDS TV, I'm Dick Lutz.